Hello and welcome to Canvas, the Niger-Delta Roundtable, where I discuss the future of our region blessed with hydrocarbon resources. Every week, we give some time, we reflect on topics relevant to the development of the Niger-Delta and her people. This episode, we're not deviating a lot as I'm here once again. We're focusing on how to take this region to a more promising future. And the podcast is sponsored by the operator of the NNPC Renaissance Total Energies Agip joint venture, Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited, headquartered in Port Harcourt. Thank you for joining. I'm Adidayo Ilushakin. A topic for this episode, Opobo Marathon, Be Limitless. Marathons have become a global phenomenon, symbols of endurance, unity, and the human spirit's capacity to go the distance. From the bustling streets of New York to the historic trails of Athens, these races do more than test physical strength. They connect cultures, inspire communities, and tell stories of resilience. But what happens when this universal tradition finds a home in the Niger-Delta? Enter the Opobo Marathon, a race that's not just about kilometers, but about identity, tourism, and transformation. It's a celebration of heritage and a call to embrace wellness in a region rich with history and potential. Today on Canvas, the Niger-Delta Roundtable, we explore the role of marathons and how the Opobo Marathon is carving its own path, uniting people, promoting fitness, and redefining what it means to run for something bigger than yourself. Again, today, the topic for Canvas is Opobo Marathon, Be Limitless. My guest is Henry Yewuna Kuki. Now, Henry Yewuna Kuki is a community development advocate and founder of the Opobo Marathon, Nigeria's first coastal marathon that has grown into a symbol of unity and opportunity. Through this event and his work with Connect Opobo, Henry promotes Opobo's culture, tourism, and youth empowerment, using sports and innovation to tell new stories about the Niger-Delta. Henry Yewuna Kuki, hi, welcome to Canvas, the Niger-Delta Roundtable.
Thank you, Mr. Dayo. Good to be on the Niger-Delta Canvas.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
I asked you, well, there's several questions I'll be asking you in the course of this recording, but I asked you earlier on, before we, the cameras came on, the lights were turned on. You came up with this all by yourself. It's your brainchild, and you said yes. And I don't know if I'm jumping the gun here, but I might as well go ahead. How did you come about this? I mean, a marathon is a very big deal. Opobo is a historic city, It's got a lot of heritage. It's got a lot of rich culture and rich history. And designing or putting together something like this in a place like that and attaching it to that is a very big deal. How did you conceive the idea?
First, I would say I am the founder and project lead of Opobo Marathon, and Opobo Marathon was founded in 2019. We had our first edition in January 2nd, 2019 in Opobo. So how we started Opobo Marathon was that Opobo Marathon is a brainchild of Connect Opobo. So Connect Opobo essence is to showcase the lifestyle prospect of Opobo Kingdom. And in doing so, where we come from, we know that people know Opobo, and just like you have said, people know Opobo as a place that has numerous heritage, culture, and there's a history attached to Opobo.
Very rich.
Just like the King Jaja story and all that. So Opobo Marathon is a brainchild of Connect Opobo and a smaller or a bigger picture of what we are trying to do to showcase Opobo to the rest of the world. So we thought it wise that, okay, during the festive season in Opobo, which we have over 20,000 persons, up to 30,000 people coming into Opobo during the festive season between the 28th of December down to the end of January. So the idea about the Opobo Marathon was that we wanted something different from what we used to have in Opobo, where people come and all they are offered is the one time festival, all they are offered is the masquerade display and all that. We are trying to use that same Opobo Marathon platform to showcase what we have in Opobo. We are showcasing that Opobo is open for investment, Opobo is open for tourism and all that. Funny enough, people who have not been to Opobo, they see Opobo like a small island. But somehow, with Opobo Marathon, we have been able to show that Opobo Marathon is not as small as people might say it or people might see it. It's until when you come to Opobo and you know that Opobo is a big place, it's open for people, we are accommodating, and it's that's just the brain behind Opobo Marathon.
I am particularly excited, really. I mean, it really enamels me when I encounter persons like yourself, maybe young persons or not so young persons, who are digging deep and looking at their environment and their communities, and they're thinking to themselves, we're a lot more than whatever it is we are now. And I can tap into my history, I can tap into my culture, and I can associate where I am, what I am, where I'm from, my community, with international traditions, and make something meaningful of it. And it's truly inspiring for me. And you chose the marathon. Now, worldwide or globally, marathons have become a very big deal.
Yes,
It's
I
a
agree
very
with
big,
you.
yeah. What is it about marathons, in your estimation? Not just the Opobo Marathon, marathons generally. Now, what is it about them that make them such a global sporting and cultural event?
Okay. The question itself answers itself. Why? Because marathons is not just about people running. So we live in a world where people are finding it difficult to keep fit. That's one. People are finding it difficult to keep fit, and people are trying to see how they can advocate. So marathons all over the world is a platform for advocacy, first. And two, it's a platform to advocate for healthy living. Like, for example, we go out on the street of Port Harcourt, Lagos, Abuja, and we are hustling. I'm just using Nigeria as our case study. And we are hustling, bubbling for the whole day, the months and year in. But people find it difficult to keep fit. People find it difficult to keep fit. And that's why we have issues with some of the challenges we have in the health sector and all that is because people do not even really know what is happening to their system. So with marathons, people can prepare to keep fit, can see that they are healthy. So that's the whole idea about marathons all over the world. And also, marathons all over the world is a bragging right where people come and they run. And the fact that you finish a marathon means that you are going home with a prize, which is a medal. So that medal is it's something that is vintage. Why am I saying so? Because if you run a marathon, for you to, not everybody that runs a marathon finishes the marathon. And for you to finish the marathon, it means that there should be something that shows that you finished that marathon. And part of that thing is having a medal, completing a marathon, and they giving you your medal that you've completed the marathon.
I mean, wellness and fitness is very important, very crucial. But as you've explained, marathons are a veritable means of advocating for that globally. But beyond the fitness and wellness side of things, do the marathons contribute to the communities or those locales where they are hosted? Do they contribute some way socially or even economically?
Yes, for sure. Now, let me bring it down to Opobo. So somehow, since we started Opobo Marathon in the last 8 years, we have done Opobo Marathon for the last 8 years. I can tell you for free that the statistics that we have at our disposal is that Opobo Marathon has brought more people to Opobo. And what it means is that we have more people that will patronize businesses in Opobo. We have more people that would look for apartment accommodation to stay in Opobo. And sadly, I'm from Opobo, and it's sad that I'm saying this. as of today, we don't really have that infrastructure to hold a world marathon.
Mm.
Sincerely. But what are we going to do is to continue what we are doing. Along the line, somehow, we know things will start happening, things will unfold. People are already started building hotels in Opobo. People are started building, setting up apartments in Opobo. And this was not the case 8 years ago. So with Opobo Marathon, we are seeing the economic viability of the Opobo Kingdom. We are seeing that people are identifying with Opobo Kingdom because of Opobo Marathon. And that alone, it's something that I'm happy that we are doing. And somehow, those that come and register for Opobo Marathon, your winning Opobo Marathon is also a form of empowerment. Why am I saying so? Because somebody who comes from Plateau State, Kogi State, Abuja, Lagos, and the person is coming to run Opobo Marathon, at the end of the marathon, is going home with something to take home with. It means a lot. And the truth about marathons all over the world is that people that run these races, they are not quite people that came from some form of, they had silver spoon. These people are grassroots people. So I would say that marathons all over the world, and especially Opobo Marathon, is giving a platform for people to be empowered and earn money. Thank you.
So two things for me that are very key there is you've ignited a certain spark.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't have the infrastructure now for something global, but you started.
Yes.
So so these conversations are being had at different places. Yeah,
Yes.
people investing right now,
Yes.
knowing that okay, there will be returns in this at some point, and who knows what Opobo Marathon will be in 5 or 10 years from now, which I will ask you anyway in the course of our conversation going forward. But I think you've also suggested that it does have huge tourism potentials as well.
Yes.
Can you expand on that just a bit?
Okay. Marathons all over the world, it's open, or is an avenue for people to travel. For example, as I speak to you, I'm trying to make efforts to not to run, but to also have an experience, have a feel of the London Marathon next year. So imagine me, I'm in Port Harcourt, and I'm preparing to visit London for the London Marathon. So what it means is that from my flight to my hotel booking and all that, it's an opportunity for me to experience and see what is happening in London.
Yeah, to that restaurant where you have fish and chips.
Yes, everything happening in London. So let me bring it down to my own locality, Opobo Marathon. So marathons, Opobo Marathon, it's where we are coming from. Opobo, it's a place for tourism. And we have, not too far from Opobo, the Andoni, the Ikru Beach. We have the Orokoto fishing farm, which is the biggest in West Africa. So within the locality of Opobo, we are surrounded with so many tourism attractions that people can visit. Now, if people come for Opobo Marathon, they are not just also participating in Opobo Marathon. Our culture, we are using Opobo Marathon to showcase our culture. So anybody who comes for Opobo Marathon will somehow experience the rich culture of Opobo people. We are also showcasing our Watam festival. We are showcasing how we dance as a people. We are showing different things that has to do with Opobo. In fact, anybody who is coming for Opobo Marathon, there is no way you will not pass through the Kinjaja Monument. So, and that monument is part of our route where we run through. So imagine when somebody is running within, you're running a Opobo Marathon and you're passing, the part of the route that you're passing just through the Kinjaja Monument.
Yeah. And Andoni, I've been to Andoni maybe twice or 3 times or so. And you have this large, vast expanse of beach. You have this, beach there that just goes on and on and on, and there's nothing happening there.
True, sadly, but
and I hear you have elephants.
Yes, true. So even in Opobo, before this time, many years ago, I was told by my mom that in Opobo, the elephants were also coming towards Opobo, but sadly, because of migration and all that, so we have it limited to the Andoni part. But before now, even in Opobo, we do have elephants.
We do have other marathons. I mean, there are global marathons. You mentioned the London one. There is the Boston one. There are quite a number.
Chicago.
Exactly. And in Nigeria as well. We have the Obodo race. We have a couple of others.
Lagos Marathon.
We have the Lagos Marathon. How does the Opobo Marathon differ from other, or does it at all differ from other global marathons or even marathons in Nigeria? And if it does, in what way?
So, the difference between Opobo Marathon and other marathons all over the world is that we are not just a marathon. There is an aim why we started Opobo Marathon, which is to showcase Opobo Kingdom. Not just Opobo, showcase River State. Not just River State, showcase Niger-Delta. So there is this perception that we are known for troubles. We are known for bunkering. We are known for illegal mining of crude and all that. But with things like Opobo Marathon, we are known, the people cannot see that Opobo Marathon or Niger-Delta, River State, or Opobo, in this case, it's something is happening in that community or something is happening in that kingdom, which is Opobo Marathon. And the difference between us and other marathons is that we are trying to balance the thing. We are showcasing our culture. We are advocating that Opobo is open for investment. We are showcasing what we are known for through Opobo Marathon. And that is what makes us different. And we are looking at where we are coming from. Opobo is an island. So I kid you not, there are few places in the world that are island that is hosting a marathon. But in this case, Opobo Marathon is the first coastal marathon in Nigeria. And it's happening in Opobo, in a coastal community in Niger-Delta. That alone is what makes us different from every other marathon, especially in Nigeria.
I know you've touched on a few of the things I want to ask about now, but if you could elaborate somewhat.
Okay.
What are some of the cultural elements of the Opobo Kingdom that the Opobo Marathon showcases?
So,
for someone who, for example, never been to Opobo, maybe never heard of it, who's watching this for the first time, I might be too lazy to do a quick Google search.
Okay, thank you for the question. So the first thing, like if you go on YouTube, on social media, on Connect Opobo's page, we have over 70,000 people following us on Facebook. And one of the first things that people know Opobo Kingdom for is the Watam Festival. So, and the marathon is held just within the period that the Watam Festival is held. So, collectively, we are showcasing what we are. And part of our cultural things that we do is that, okay, the Watam Festival is there. It happens from the 31st to 1st of January of every year. 31st December to 1st of January every year. Not just that, there's this thing we call in Opobo, the womanhood celebration. It's called area. So area is like it's a celebration of our women from being a young lady or a young girl to being matured to a full-blown woman. So that is part of the things that people, when you come to Opobo, you will experience. And those within those periods, we also showcase those kind of things. And somehow, with this time around, for the 8th edition of Opobo Marathon, we are not just trying to showcase our culture. We want to, as you're coming for Opobo Marathon, just at the marathon's carnival village, we are just as the runners are finishing, we are trying to showcase our paddling skill. So what we are doing is that we'll get there's what we call walk-canoe boats. So walk-canoe, we are trying to get most of these people to paddle. So just as the runners are running from the start point to the finish line, we're also having our able men to paddle from the hinterlands back to Opobo. So we are trying to replicate what was happening when Opobo was found, and we are bringing it down to today, 2026 or 2025. So that is just the idea. So essentially, Opobo Marathon is not just about running. We have a fiesta that will happen, and we are trying to get a few artists and all that to come participate and all that to perform for at Opobo Marathon.
What is the Watam Festival? What's the Watam Festival?
Okay, Watam is a masquerade. Watam is a masquerade. It's like, as of today, Watam Festival is like the number one identity of Opobo people. So anybody that is coming to Opobo between 28th December and 1st of January, the first thing they are anticipating is that they want to either watch or also dance the Watam Festival. So Watam Festival is a masquerade play, as the case may be, open for everybody, both the small and the big, open for everybody.
And this other one you mentioned about the transition from girl to womanhood.
Yes,
what happens?
So for that one, it's more like back then. What happens is that before a woman will be available for marriage, the woman's father or the woman's family must have taught her what she needs to know as a woman before they'll bring her out to the public, or this woman is due for marriage, or she's due for people to know that she has
like a rite of passage.
Yes, rite of passage. So somehow there are weeks that the woman will be in the fatting room. Now during that fatting room period, she is taken care of. Nobody sees her. Even if the woman is married, the husband cannot see her. She's taken care of. She will not beat herself. The women within the family or within the compound will have to be bathing her, feed her, cook for her, and all that. And at the end of that particular period, she will now have to come out to the public, where she will now have to dance to the community and all. It's a 2 days event, and at the end of the event, she's now recognized as a full-blown Ibani woman. But surprisingly, as if you're a lady or a woman who has not done that processes, there are certain things that you cannot do in the context of Opobo, especially Opobo and Boni, because Boni and Opobo are one tribe, the Ibani tribe. So that is what it is.
Okay, and this is called what? What do they call it?
Area.
Area. I mean, I'd like to come for area.
Okay, area. Okay.
Area sounds good.
Thank you.
Area sounds very good. All right, that's pretty cool. What is the theme? Do you have themes for the various episodes, and what's the theme for this year?
Yes. Okay. No, there is no here that we have not had themes for each of the edition. But this year's own, like next year, like the next edition, the 8th edition,
is when the dates? Let's start with that.
5th of January 2025.
Okay.
5th of January 2026, sorry.
Okay.
5th of January 2026.
Of course.
So the theme for this year was carefully...
Or next year, rather.
For next year, was carefully chosen. Now, as a Opobo people, there is this identity we are trying to portray, that we are Ibani people, we are Ijaw people. So we decided within ourselves that, okay, this is the time that we need to... Let's sell ourselves. Let's say that we are Ibani people. And the theme for this year is Bamaso. Now, Bamaso is an Ibani word that means forever, limitless. That is the theme for the 2026 and 8th edition of Opobo Marathon.
Great. It is Canvas, the Niger-Delta Roundtable. I have the pleasure of having Henry Cookie here, and we're discussing the Opobo Marathon, of course, the brainchild of Henry here. The theme, or the episode rather, for this, the topic for this episode, Opobo Marathon, Be Limitless. Or Opobo Marathon, I could say Bamaso.
Yes.
Bamaso, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We go for a break, we'll return shortly. The conversation will continue. Please stay with us.
In the heart of our journey, where the sun touches the earth and the wind whispers through the trees, a new chapter unfolds. A chapter where energy illuminates more than just bulbs. It lights up minds. A chapter of unity, a coming together with a common goal to energize futures and illuminating lives. In classrooms, young dreams evolve, inspired by the promise of a brighter tomorrow fueled by available energy. Small businesses flourish, becoming seeds of prosperity. Energy that empowers and is catalyst for growth and change. The future is energy. So, let's light up the path to a sustainable future together. Energy for you, me, and the world at large. Energy for people and planet. We are Renaissance.
Welcome back. Still Canvas, the Niger-Delta Roundtable. I'm Dial. Henry Yonakuki is my guest, the brain behind the Opobo Marathon. A topic for this episode of Canvas, Opobo Marathon Be Limitless, or I could say Opobo Marathon Bamaso. Henry, you're welcome again.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming, really.
Thank you, Mr. Barry.
How long have you been? I know you mentioned the year earlier on. What's it been like? How many years now since?
8 years.
8 years now.
Yeah.
What's been your experience in all of that? In all of that 8 years.
Okay. The experience has been hectic. It has been laudable. It has been something that 8 years back, I would say, let's push it through. And we are happy that what we have done, what we started just like something that was nothing in 2019 has become a talking point within not just Opobo, not just Rivers State, Nigeria as a whole. And somehow, in the last 8 years, we have had a couple of recognition. We have had the endorsements, not just endorsements, the participation of His Majesty King Dandisin Douglas Jaja fully endorsed Opobo Marathon. He did not just endorse Opobo Marathon, he has participated in all of the editions of Opobo Marathon. That is one. Two, we have had a couple of endorsements from individuals. If I'm not mistaken, we have had the current governor of Rivers State, who has, with the year we started Opobo Marathon in 2019, he endorsed Opobo Marathon, he supported Opobo Marathon. We have had Dr. Dakuku Peter Side, we have had the Vice President, NMPC, Mr. Adoke Tomobie, endorsed the Opobo Marathon. So we have had a lot of people that have endorsed the Opobo Marathon in the last 8 years. We have had the good, the bad, and the worst experience. And sincerely, the experience has been laudable, and we cannot wait to do more. We are seeing the signs are there that the next phase of Opobo Marathon is something that will be very taxing, which we are equal to the tax. We hope that part of this whole thing is why we are on this podcast, to talk about our story, what we are doing, how we are trying to showcase Rivers State, Niger-Delta, Opobo Kingdom, so that we can get more audience, and that's it for Opobo Marathon.
And you may have touched on this earlier, but what impact? How has the Opobo Marathon impacted specifically local communities in Opobo?
Okay. Just like I told you, Opobo Marathon is something new that we started in Opobo, and somehow you don't expect the full buy-in of everybody. It's the first year, the second year, but I can tell you for free, the impact to the local people is that we have created jobs for the local people. We have empowered our people, because most of the artisans that we use for our setup, our job, our volunteers, they are mostly locals from Opobo Kingdom. And sincerely, you can't say that alone is not an impact. We have also created an avenue for people to learn. We have created an avenue for people to keep fit, which was not there in Opobo. So I would say the impact on the locals is there. The impacts. And the funnest thing is that we're not just running a Opobo Marathon. We are also giving back to our community, whereby in 2020, we did an advocacy. In the course of a Opobo Marathon in 2020, we did an advocacy for the advocacy was to bring back the Ibane language in Opobo Kingdom.
What happened to the language?
No, somehow that's a story for another day. But as Ibane people, and Opobo is an Ibani community. We are from Ijo. We are the Jos tribe of. We are from the Ijo tribe of Ibani tribe. There is this language barrier between the Ibani people and how we speak in Opobo. So, just as I told you, in 2020, through Opobo Marathon, we ran, and the theme for that year was to bring back the Ibane language in our community. And not just that, we have also, in the course of Opobo Marathon and other previous years, we have always done a medical outreach in Opobo Kingdom as part of our CSRO for the community. So that alone it's something that we are giving back to the community, because somehow it's not just everybody can run. It's not everybody that can run, but just as people are running, we are also helping most of our elderly people in Opobo who cannot afford the basic medical care, to see what we can do for them within that short period as we organize Opobo Marathon.
What you just mentioned, the medical outreach, obviously ties into the fitness and wellness,
yes,
purpose of the marathon or aspect of the marathon. But as far as the marathon itself is concerned, the running aspect of it, has it in any way, have you witnessed or experienced, I don't know if it's easy to measure per se, but have you experienced any impact on the community as far as fitness and wellness is concerned?
Yes. Now, when we started the Opobo Marathon, there's something I tag it. We started the Opobo Marathon on a muddy ground. We started the Opobo Marathon on a clay ground. We started the Opobo Marathon when it was stone-based. We started the Opobo Marathon when the road was asphalt. We started the Opobo Marathon when we had a road. Now, in 8 years before now, there was no road to Opobo. You can only go Opobo by sea. But somehow, just as the road was coming into Opobo, that was when we started Opobo Marathon. And from when the road started, I can say, just as we are showcasing Opobo, we have showcased to the world that there is a road in Opobo, there is a road coming into Opobo. From each and every editions, we try to showcase the level of where the road has reached. So I can say that even with the marathon, we are advocating. We are advocating to the government, or we are trying to show what the government is doing, where they are not doing well, and what they are doing right. So when the road was left undone, it will show, because pictures, videos will show the sorry state of the road. When the road had been completed, pictures, videos also showed where the road had stopped and what they are doing. As I speak to you, there's this road that is being done, a bridge. The government is trying to do a bridge crossing one community or the other. And within the next 1 year, 2 years, if and when the bridge is completed, that will enable us change our route. Now, that route will take us change from where we are running to another new route. Why this one is quite good for us is because we would be running within the circumference, almost the entire circumference of Opobo Kingdom. So it's an avenue that we are using to showcase how big, how small that Opobo is.
Speaking of circumference, how long is the Opobo Marathon? What you have thus far, not what you are going to. How long is the Opobo Marathon?
Okay, Opobo Marathon in the last 2 years has been a 17.5 kilometer race.
Okay.
And we are still sticking with that
That distance.
That's distance.
So before the last 2 years, it was what?
It was about 10 kilometers. So
Okay.
for each and every year, when there is a stretch for we to give it a longer distance, we do it. Just for example, the last 2 years. Okay, last year we ran the Opobo Marathon through the what I call the Opobo Ring Road. That road was not there before. But with the coming of that road, we had to change our route to run on that new road. So that's why we have 17.5 kilometers. And we are hoping that when other roads are coming up, we might be doing a half kilometer. And God willingly, we are targeting that within the next 10 years, we are willing to do 42.2 kilometers, which is the actual distance for a complete marathon.
Wow, that's something. Marathons or many sporting activities, or sporting events, it's not unusual to have, some really inspiring stories. I mean, most sporting activities, the event in itself is inspiring.
Yes.
I mean, whether it's a marathon or whatever other sports. However, there are unique stories or events that happen during the sporting fiesta or sporting event that truly stand out, and are inspiring in and of themselves. Do you have maybe one such example from the Opobo Marathon?
Yes. And one of those is that, like I told you, we are trying to have a canoe racing, if I would call it. It's called, we're having a regatta. We're having a one-time boat regatta during the day of the marathon, never done before, and we are trying to put it in the next edition on the 5th of January 2025. So those coming for Opobo Marathon should come and experience not just the race, but come and experience the rich cultural heritage of Opobo Kingdom. We are also getting masquerades display available. We are getting our women, we are getting our men to come dance and show that indeed, Opobo, we are good dancers.
I'm quite certain. I've never been involved in anything of this magnitude, I don't think, unless in organizing it, directly for that matter. So I have no idea what it takes. But putting together something like this must come with its fair share of challenges.
Sincerely.
What are some of the challenges you have to deal with annually as you put this together, and how do you navigate and overcome them?
Mr. Dyer, I will say thank you for this question. And why am I saying so is because looking at where we are coming from, Opobo is not the city center like Port Harcourt. Opobo is not the city center, or Opobo is not like a Lagos scenario or Abuja scenario. Opobo is a small island where our development over the years has just been within a circumference. But somehow we have been able to thrive because of determination, because of the commitment we have put in the project. Now, one of those challenges is that we have found it difficult to get sponsors. Not because sponsors are not there, but the prospect of when this event is being held, where it is being held, and all that is one of the major problems. But that has not deterred us from showing how resilient that we are in the drive of Opobo Marathon. So one of those issues is that we have had a location challenge where even coming to Opobo is an issue, because most of these people that come for Opobo Marathon, they come from Lagos, Plateau State, Kano, Kaduna, and all that down to Opobo. And the second challenge we have had doing Opobo Marathon in the last 8 years is that we have had accommodation issues, which is a major problem, not just because we have visitors coming to Opobo. It's a major issue in Opobo community, within the owners of the community, because even trying to build your own house is a problem because of the soil or because of our terrain. It's difficult. It requires lots of money to build a proper building in Opobo. Otherwise, if you might just build something and the next day your house has collapsed because of our terrain. So that one is a challenge too. And thirdly, we have had the community buying. Like I told you, the community trying to transform from what they know to the now. And it's a challenge, and that is why, if you remember when I told you about something about we initiated an indigenous category. So that indigenous category was to see that we accommodate our people, to show them that this thing is for you. You might not win the bigger one because we don't have the professional, we don't have the elites. It's not like anybody from Opobo who comes and win the race will not be given his or her prize money. But the possibility of marathons all over the world, the people that run and win marathons are not even entirely from that locality. They come from different parts of the world to run marathons, just like the London Marathon, Chicago Marathon, New York Marathon, and other. Most of those people are not from those places, and I kid you not, most of them are from East Africa. Most of them are from East Africa. So we are working towards that direction to see that the marathon is open for everybody. The marathon is open for everybody, and that is it.
You've mentioned more than one occasion how that you have participants from the Jos, the Plateau, from Abuja, from Lagos. How do you attract persons to take part from far-off places outside River State?
Okay, so what we have done is that we have realized that the marathon is open for everybody. It's not an Opobo thing. Yes, the name of the marathon is Opobo Marathon, but the event is for everybody. As long as you're fit and you can participate, it's open for you. So we have our website, www.opobomarathon.com, where people can register to run for the race. So, and part of the publicity, part of the things that we do that make people come from that far to run for Opobo Marathon is that we intensify our social media publicity. In fact, this year we are targeting that by the next 3 weeks, we shall be putting a billboard in Lagos, Plateau, and Abuja as part of the publicity to showcase the marathon to other parts of Nigeria. We are not just doing that. We are targeting that if all things being equal, we should be able to display our adverts in Lagos, at the Lagos airport. We are targeting to do so in Abuja. We are targeting to do so in Port Harcourt Airport, so that way people, those that are not from Nigeria, those that are from Nigeria can also see that we are doing an event in Opobo, and they can. Marathons all over the world is something that people can easily fit into. So that is it.
Have you had people register from outside Nigeria? If you haven't, are you looking in that direction?
For now, we haven't, sincerely. But one thing about this thing is that the more you grow, the more you get more audience, the more you get people to engage you. This is our 8th edition we are trying to conclude. Our target is that on our 10th edition, we will announce Opobo Marathon as a full international marathon that we have different runners from all parts of the world to come to Opobo and participate. So within the next 2 years, that is our target. We are targeting that Opobo Marathon will not just be Opobo Marathon, but it will be Opobo International Marathon.
And that's within the next
2 years.
2 years. So that's 2 years, it becomes the Opobo International Marathon.
Yes.
How about the next 5 years? Do you have a 5-year plan for this? What do you see Opobo Marathon in 5 years?
In 5 years, I'm looking at, or my team and I, we are looking at Opobo Marathon as the next big thing that will come out from Africa. In 5 years. Now, that 5 years, it falls within our 10th edition, which is in 2028. So, in 2028, we are on a path of Road to X. As I speak to you, we are on a path to Road to X. Why I said X is that Road to X is 10. So, within this period, we are on a path to X, and in the next 5 years, we are seeing Opobo Marathon as the next big thing from Nigeria to Africa to even the world. The next 5 years, we are seeing that we are getting a pool of sponsors, big sponsors that when we announce them, we know that people will know that we are serious. Not like we have not had good sponsors this time around. And sincerely, we have had good sponsors, and it's somebody who is 1 year old would dream to be 2 years old.
Yeah.
So it goes on and forth and all that. So the next 5 years, Opobo Marathon, we are seeing Opobo Marathon to raise over 2-3 billion naira in terms of investments into Opobo Kingdom. Even more, we are looking at a situation whereby Opobo Marathon will be what would ginger or what would drive the development of Opobo Kingdom because of the influx of people into Opobo community. Because when you have over 10, 5, 20,000 persons coming into Opobo, there will be a problem. And the problem is that there will be accommodation problem. How do we fix that problem? It is only when people see a problem, they can find a solution to it. So we are looking, in 5 years, we are seeing a problem which Opobo Marathon, through Opobo Marathon, it can be solved. In 5 years, we are seeing Opobo Marathon showing River State, showing Niger-Delta to the rest of the world. And quite everything, a lot. We are in 5 years, we are seeing that we are looking at having our sponsor, our prize money grow from 1 million, 2 million, 3 million to up to 100 million, and even in dollars. Because most marathons, before international runners come for your race, their prize money is in dollars. So in the next 5 years, we are also looking in that direction where we will announce our winner's prize, and our winner's prize is $10,000. Our winner's prize is $20,000, and that is it. That is where we are headed to in the next 5 years.
The big marathons of the world, including some here in Nigeria, like the Lagos Marathon, you mentioned the Obudu mountain race. You have the governments heavily invested in those marathons. You have the state government. Even for cities, you have the municipal government or the local government involved, and then you have the state government heavily invested. For the Obudu race, you have the Cross River State government actively a part of it. The Lagos Marathon as well, you have the Lagos State government, as we say in Nigeria, carrying it on their head.
Yes.
River State, what's the level of participation, especially as it appears that in River State, and maybe not just River State, the politics and the politic intends to distract government from several other things that it could be a part of that could improve the quality of life of people. So what's the level of involvement of the government of River State, both at the local level and the state? And how is that impacting the success of the Opobo Marathon?
Okay, I would say, I'll put it this way. We come from a place where, in quotes, River State, that if you're not careful, even when you're careful, because of the politics that we play in River State, somehow, if you're not careful, that politics can consume you. So somehow, I would say in the last 7 years, we have made efforts. We are still making efforts to get on board the government of River State to be part of Opobo Marathon. And surprisingly, in the last 2 years, we have had the governor of River State, who is a son of Opobo Kingdom. And quite sincerely, like I told you, Opobo Marathon is not something that he is not known for. He has supported us before, and we are still making efforts. We are still discussing with our community leaders. We are still trying to see that we get the government to be part of Opobo Marathon, and that is it. For the local government, we have had, because of the change of leadership and all that, we have not really had a stable local government system, but we are still making effort to also get the local government involved, because no matter how you see it, the government, once you get that government endorsement, it gives you a push too. Just like when we had the endorsement of His Majesty King Dandesin Douglas, the moment he endorsed us, or he endorsed the Opobo Marathon, we had a mileage that we are still working with as at today. So we are hoping that this 8th edition will get the government of River State under His Excellency Sir Seminary Ifubara to also not just endorse us, to support what we are doing for not just River State, but for River State, not just Opobo, but for River State, because Opobo Marathon is not just showcasing Opobo, we are showcasing River State.
Maybe finally, how does a marathon, or how do marathons, or a marathon like the Opobo Marathon, how would it contribute to shaping a positive narrative, not just for River State, as you mentioned a while ago, but for the Niger-Delta? And this could be a selling pitch for the River State government.
Okay. Mr. Dio, I think it's already the name itself already implies Opobo Marathon, marathons. So marathons all over the world, it's something that it doesn't require too much explanation for anybody to see. It is viable. The chances that you wake up to the next morning of the day of the event, you're having over 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 persons participating in the marathon is there because of the name it carries. So I think for the Niger Delta, it's an opportunity for we to show what we are made of. It's an opportunity to change our narrative. It's an opportunity to show to the world that that thing that you know us as in years back is no longer what you should tag us. Because if you go down south, down west or north, what they know Niger Delta in quote as is that they are troublesome people, they are pipeline breakers and all that. But that is not what we are known for. With things like Opobo Marathon, with things like Bole Festival, things like last week I saw that there was Gary Feast in Port Harcourt. With things like that, I tell you, our narrative, we are owning our narrative, we are crafting our own story and telling it to the world. And quite sincerely, December is just weeks from today. And I can tell you from a reliable source that the dirty December in Lagos is something that myself, I am looking out for. So why are we not having same thing in Niger Delta? Why are we not trying to showcase that Niger Delta is peaceful, and with things like this, it will attract investors, it will attract innovators, it will attract different people to the Niger Delta. But you go down in Lagos, at December, the place is fully booked, apartments fully booked, hotels fully booked. Why? Because they are telling their story, they are seeing the viability of what their own people are doing. So for me, I think the Niger Delta people, our leaders, should be able to see what they can do to accommodate the viable platforms that are showcasing Niger Delta in a positive manner.
And that's a wrap for this edition of Canvas, the Niger-Delta Roundtable, brought to you by Renaissance. We've discussed Opobo Marathon, be Limitless, or Bamaso. My guest has been Henry Yewuna Cookie, the brain behind the founder of Opobo Connect and the Opobo Marathon. Henry, thank you really for making my day. I'm excited about this, really. I'm truly inspired. Thank you. And I'm sure that many others feel the same way. Thank you for coming by and sharing this story. And I do wish you and the rest of us, the good people of River State and the Niger-Delta, the very best as you grow the World Marathon to what would be an international phenomenon.
Yes, thank you.
Wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being a part of this edition as well. Remember, the World Marathon comes up when?
5th of January 2025.
All right.
2026.
2026, 5th of January 2026. Be a part of it. How can your organization be reached?
Okay, people can reach us on www.opobomarathon.com or info@opobomarathon.com or 706-289-1017.
Fantastic. This was brought to you by Renaissance Africa Music Company. Thanks for watching and bye for now.